Stamford Bridge, Chelsea and Manchester City. It finishes 4-4. You want this game had all the drama in the world. So much excitement, I think, for a neutral. But I'm going to chuck this question out there. And I really don't want to be... I'm going to direct it at the man in black first.
Blue,
whatever. I'm colorblind. Was this a good game technically? Because when you go back to the goals, you see so many mistakes, many of them unforced, many of them by people who don't normally make those mistakes.
Yeah, come on. I mean, football's entertainment, isn't it? It's not all about puritanism at the times. It was raining, the pitch was wet, and that sort of conditions lends itself to mistakes. I thought it was a really good game. It will already go down as a Premier League classic. Now, you might think that it shouldn't be because technically it wasn't the greatest game, but there's some great goals, there's some great performances. You know, I thought Cole Palmer was excellent technically. He was excellent. Some players weren't so good technically, Nico Jackson, but I think it was a great game to watch. If you're a fan, I mean, at the end of the game yesterday, you don't see this very often, both sets of fans were applauding the players on the pitch. And that wasn't because they've got a great result, it's because they were really entertained. So yes, I think it was a great game, despite the fact there were lots of mistakes. We like to see mistakes. Mistakes make for entertainment.
Jules, I'm going to direct this question to you too. The reason I ask about this is because I'm always interested to see performance levels of teams. Right? This is why we pay managers and they improve. And they can't control 4 individual errors. It was exciting. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
But what struck me is we saw people who normally don't make those mistakes.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about Nico Jackson. Ultimately, the man scored and got booked. So, you know, he's on course. But Ruben Diaz, Vardiol, these aren't people who make errors like that.
Yeah, I know it was strange. I agree with Ogden in the sense that it was spectacular. I disagree with him. There was no great goals. None of those. We saw 8 goals. None of them were great. There was nothing. There was a tap-in for Raheem Sterling, 2 penalties, an own goal by Thiago Silva. Really, it's not a Rodri goal. It's an own goal by Thiago Silva. Nico Jackson. There was the Erling Haaland scored with his bum.
His header was a great goal.
Thiago Silva's header was a legit great goal, I thought.
No, I mean, come on.
Oh, it was a
This
great
is not
goal.
a great goal. This is not a great goal. Nobody marks him. He runs at the near post.
It's still difficult. It's a difficult.
Okay, did you see Robert Lewandowski's header? This is a great header. Thiago Silva's header is not a great header.
That's it. Let's compare Thiago Silva with Robert Lewandowski.
You're saying to me Thiago Silva is a great goal. It's not a great goal.
Was it the best goal in the game? Yes. Okay.
But it shows you there were no great goals. It's great for the Premier League and for the legend of the entertainment that the Premier League is. However, when Pep Guardiola, even Pochettino to a certain extent, Pochettino doesn't expect the same thing from his team than Guardiola does. No. When Pep is going to watch that game again, he's going to be horrified again.
I think they will be horrified. I think if you're Pochettino, I think you are the happier of the two, for the reason that you kept coming back. You showed character, you showed spirit, you showed unity. We knew that turning this Chelsea financial project into an actual team, you know, is a little bit like kind of doing a U-turn in an aircraft carrier in the Manchester Ship Canal. It's going to take a lot of time. And I think you saw the response from the players. The players are into it. The crowd needed a lift. This is important to Pochettino because, you know what, people say patience, but whatever. He's in the bottom half of the table. That shows that from the man management side, nobody can fault Pochettino, I think, right?
No, they've had a really big week. You know, winning at Tottenham really raised morale, and I think that the performance on Sunday against City again, and I think what it showed for me, the player, Pochettino's the guy that gets the players play for him, and you saw that yesterday. And I think there were a couple of occasions where it got a little bit lively. There's a bit of confrontations, a bit of pushing and shoving, a bit of, you know, bad tackles going in. But the Chelsea players were together. And when they were pushing and shoving, that there were 3 or 4 or 5 coming together to defend their teammates. And little things like that show you that there are a group of players that are actually playing for each other. They like each other.
Just like Manchester United. Jules?
The intensity was great from a Chelsea point of view, but we said it before. This is where most of the games, this is what they do right now. They don't have the patterns of play yet. So they play with a lot of intensity and it works, and it disturbed City's rhythm, who had no control of the game, which is the problem for City. When they don't have any control, then it's just too open for them and they concede. They score a lot, but they also concede a lot.
I love the subtext, obviously, of Cole Palmer having the ice in his veins to go and take that penalty in the 95th minute against the team that, as we discovered, he did not grow up supporting, right? You guys were telling me that's why his name is Cole, named for Andy Cole. Yes.
There are pictures on social media of him wearing a Man United kit, and the story is that he's called Cole after Andy Cole and not Dickoff after Paul Dickoff, but Dickoff Palm wouldn't really scan, would it? I don't think.
All right. I would have gone with Lee after Franny Lee. I think that would have made more sense for me if that was the case.